I get asked all the time, how is it that HR Law Made Easy is able to get all of the HR law compliance stuff right and my attorney is not? Great question. So the fact is that lawyers use online tools to do their job. They'll log into a website called Lexis or a website called Westlaw. These are great websites and they've got lots of legal information. But in those websites, all of those laws are stored much like information in a library. So imagine walking into a library and there's thousands of books on the shelves, and you don't really know which books you need to grab and read and understand. Now, those websites do a good job of letting you topically look for information and letting you get to the law that you then need to read. But here's the simple truth. There are over 1.5 million HR laws in the US. So that means that your attorney and their law firm, in order to get HR right, needs to read every one of those laws that apply to your business in your locations with your employees. They need to understand them. They need to organize them or sort them into two stacks. One stack is here's the things that my client needs to do and every detail that's connected to that. And here's the stack of the FYI, for your information, things you shouldn't be doing. And with that first stack, they would then need to go write every policy, procedure, document, agreement, grab every notice and poster, create trainings, and they'd have to have all of that information then delivered to you in some reasonable amount of time. Otherwise, you'd be paying a lot of money hourly. So lawyers end up grabbing pieces of things that need to be done, not because they're not wanting to do their job, but because they just don't have the resources available to get this right using those online tools. That's why we created HR Law Made Easy. For the first time, we have a website, a platform that has every single HR law organized by state, for industries, for size of your company, with every single thing that has to be done. And adjacent to that, every policy, procedure, document, agreement, notice poster, and training that you need to have available to you for your business in order to be compliant with HR laws. Then we took it a step further because it's not enough to just have that content. That's a part of compliance. But really, compliance and following HR laws is all about having that content, delivering it to your people, making sure they read and understand it, and the ability later to then prove that they saw that information, read and understood it, which is why within the platform, it's not just the content. We also have an employee portal that you can manage, share all of that content. Employees access that information, view it, acknowledge it, sign it, read it, understand it. And all of that information is stored in the platform. So you can go in by employee, grab their employee compliance file, look at everything that that employee has done, and prove to some other person, whether it's an attorney that's asking or whether it's somebody that just wants to know, that that individual employee is actually compliant with the HR laws, meaning that you as an organization have done all the things you need to do to get that information to them. They read and understood it. It's time-stamped, and you can prove it. And that's really compliance, because compliance is not just having a handbook. Compliance is not just having agreements and documents and procedures and notices and posters. It's also about delivering that content to your people so that you can then make sure they understand it. And then later, the ability to be able to prove that your employees actually read and understood that information. So the HR Law Made Easy compliance platform is really a complete solution that starts with making sure you have all the right content, all those policies, procedures, and so forth, delivered to your people through the employee portal, and that you have employee compliance files by employee that you can simply click on, export, prove that they did these things on these dates, that they've actually read, understood, and got through this stuff, so that you're actually, for the first time, completely compliant. Hopefully that helps.